Ty, first quarter, over here. First quarter, they came out pretty strong against you guys. At the end of the first quarter, James kind of gets going, is that what turned the tide for you guys at the end of the quarter? Going into the second was just what James was able to do?
Well, yeah, James was able to make shots, but I thought what really turned the tide was Chris Dunn, coming in the game, his energy, his defense. I thought John Collins' energy, coming off the bench. I thought he did a really good job of just picking up our energy, picking up our defensive intensity. And then, yeah, of course, James made shots, which was huge for us as well.
Coach, over here, you talked about mentality. How did that kind of show itself on the defensive end before?
Like I said, after the first quarter, or after the first 8 or 9 minutes of the first quarter, I thought we did a good job just understanding what they were running, how they were trying to run, the pace they played at, and then we was able to lock in, get more physical, to try to slow them down in their cuts and running their plays, and we did a way better job, from the second half of the first quarter all the way through.
What do you like about your starting lineup right now?
It's a good fit.
How did that fit do so well to begin that second half? Like they got out to a 10-0 run, and you said the other night in Utah before the game, you felt like guys are going to be able to score the basketball, and it's going to be about the defense. Why was the defense so much better to start the second half with those guys than it was to begin the game?
Like I said, just seeing how a team plays, how fast they run, how fast they cut, and then what they're trying to do and how they're trying to exploit us. And so once we were able to lock into that and understand, what they were doing, I thought our guys did a really good job of adjusting. I thought JBG did a good job of adjusting our defense, as well to keep them off balance, and we was able to do that really well as well. So, every night's got to be a defensive mindset if we want to win games. Like I said, we'll be able to score, but we got to be able to stop people. And so it was good to see, our defense picked up, like I said, at the last 4 minutes of the first quarter all the way through.
Coach, you were over here efficient from the charity stripe. You shot a lot of free throws, over 20. How important was that in turning the tide after that first quarter?
It was huge, getting to the free throw line, slowing the game down so we can get our defense set. So it was huge to try to slow down their speed. And so, you got guys that can get to the free throw line and, you're able to set your defense. We are a way better team.
James Harden was a bit more of a facilitator in the first game than he forces himself, especially early in this game. What kind of confidence does that give you when you kind of see both parts of this game flourish through the first two?
It's good. Like I said, today, tonight we needed, every bit of it, especially 26 in the first half was huge. And then, coming out, like he said, like you want to get the other guys going, get other guys going, get them in a rhythm. And so he wasn't really looking for a shot. He was looking to get guys involved and, just being a team player and just kind of get the flow of the game right. So it was huge for us.
Coach, congrats on the win. What were you looking at in terms of like the first half to the second half? Because by the time you got to the second half, the game kind of blew a bit more open. So what exactly are you looking for in that beginning half where you're hoping they're tightening up defensively, and then the second half as you have a bigger lead?
Just don't get bored with the game. We had to call a timeout, and we had 3 turnovers in a row, just getting cute. And so instead of running through the finish line, doing things the right way, like don't get cute. Just finish the game and play it the right way. But I did like our rotations. I was able to switch up our rotations from game 1 to now, and just looking at different combinations of how we need to play.
Is that something you see yourself still having to say to a team with veterans? Like, don't get cute? Or
I said in the timeout, didn't work.
Hey, Ty, with James, in that second quarter, you kind of was chirping a little bit there to kind of like lit a spark under him. Is he a guy that, after you see game 1 where he was more of a facilitator in this game, with him chirping and kind of lets him, like, bringing it at the defense, is he a guy that you ever have to kind of like, hey, I need you to, be in attack mode, or is that just him?
He's always in attack mode, and so, when Brooks is talking stuff to him, like getting him going, like, he lives with it for those moments. And so we know, Dillon's a great defender, and so he wants that challenge every night. And James loves going against the best defenders, and so it was a good match for him tonight.
Just to kind of follow up on that, when you see a guy like that who wants to instigate and get on your guys' skin, do you say anything?
Just keep our composure, keep playing, and he looks for moments to get guys, try to fluster guys and rattle guys, but just keep our composure, keep playing, and you know, he's able to get him in foul trouble a little bit to kind of slow him down.
Second, the second straight game we haven't seen Bogey. Just what's behind his DMP so far?
Our communication.
Which has been,
Our communication.
so it's understood that he's just not going to play right now?
Yes, sir.
How did he receive that?
He was great.
Thank you.
Todd, over here. Yannick, I know in limited minutes, especially in the preseason, but what have you seen from Yannick as he's developed from when he was drafted to summer league to preseason to now? Because he had a few good plays late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, just understand the game, what we need him to do. But not just Yannick, like all of our young guys have really gotten, you know, a lot better since summer league. And, you know, we owe it to our, you know, player development staff with Sean Fine, who leads that. And JBG did a good job of just locking those guys into the defensive end. And so all of our young guys have gotten extremely better, you know. And so, you know, when you put that kind of work in, you see the results. I'm happy for those kids.
My question about the older guys. You mentioned that don't get bored. Like, what's it like for you to coach a team with so many guys with so much experience?
It's good. You know, a lot of times they think they know everything, but, you know, it is what it is.
Ty, the other night on Wednesday night after the game, you said it was a lesson to be learned how that game started for you guys. You guys weren't ready for their speed, their cuts. Do you think your guys learned that lesson tonight?
You know, I hope so. You know, I think the style of basketball has changed, you know, and so the way teams play, you know, with a lot of ghost screens, a lot of following the pass, slipping out, and you got to be physical and be on bodies in order to keep up because, like you said, we're not the fastest team in the world. So, you know, when guys are doing that, we got to keep bodies on guys and try and steer and nudge so we can get to our post. But the game is different, you know, so we got to be able to keep up with their speed. And the only way to do that, like I said, being physical and being on bodies. And, you know, goal screens, run outs, slip outs, shooting fives, 4 guys crashing the glass. Like, it's just all different now. So we got to keep up with the times.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's fun to be back doing this. No, I'm just joking with you. The post game. How to talk to us again.
Oh yeah, always. I got some jet for y'all.
James, obviously the way you guys came out in Utah wasn't the way you wanted to. What did you guys kind of take away from that game to kickstart the right way in this game?
Still didn't even start the game the right way. You know, we gave up fast break points and offensive rebounds and things like that, things that we can correct. But happy how we just bounced back and, you know, got to hold it to what they were doing and defensively picked up our pressure and got some steals and got some easy buckets. But every game isn't going to be perfect, so we just got to find ways to win. And I think the most important thing is finding ourselves and who we're going to be. And I think it starts on the defensive end.
What were you seeing out there that allowed you to kind of get going there in the first half?
Nothing. Just being aggressive.
After Wednesday's game, Ty said that could be a lesson for you guys. Do you feel like you guys learned that lesson?
Yeah. We changed some things up defensively that helped us a little bit better. So it's a long game. We find out what works, what doesn't work, and you know, obviously, hopefully, we can, you know, get wins with, you know, trying to figure out who we are and how we're going to play. But you know, it doesn't always happen like that. But tonight was a good win for us.
I wanted to ask you this last month, but you were 17. How would you describe what the system is?
No. Say it again.
How would you describe like what the system is at this stage of your career, like starting the season with those guys?
What the system is? What do you mean?
You said you was the system when you got here. So
the system is.
You ain't seen that movie?
So how would you describe that now?
It's the same thing. It's the same system. It's the engine.
James,
Start the engine. The engine got going today and go to the league. So,
you're not a guy who sees through too much talking in the court. Your game usually does that, but there was a play there where I think Dillon fouled you, said something, you smiled, and then you had 3 threes in about 38 seconds.
Yeah.
Did that fuel you at all?
Probably. You know, that's how he gets himself going. You know what I mean? Defensively, like, he talks to himself, he gets into you, he tries to, you know, alter the things that you're comfortable with or whatever the case may be. But, you know, he actually woke me up a little bit to, all right, come on, let's go. And we've been playing pickup, you know, this summer, you know, when I was in Phoenix. So it's good to get him back a little bit.
Dillon was actually talking a little bit about how you taught him to be disciplined on defense.
Yep.
Can you kind of elaborate on that?
You gotta be disciplined. Like, if you're not disciplined, you end up paying for it, whether it's fouling or you know, costing your team free throws or you know, open shots or whatever. Just the whole game is, you know, it's not good enough to play hard. You got to play hard, play smart, play disciplined. So, you know, he been guarding me, you know, when I was in Houston, and you know, he wasn't reaching, or he was reaching, and you know, he would get called foul. So you see a lot of, like, you know, I think Katie fouled, you know, Shea on a double overtime, just not being disciplined, whatever the case may be. So it's something that JV just teaches us, just to be disciplined. If they make the tough shot over you, they make a tough shot. So, you know, for him, I'm glad that he can, you know, that made him a much better defender, which I think we all see that.
Do you enjoy those challenges?
Yeah, I need him. You know what I mean? Like, I need him. And Dillon is, and you know, I feel like he got something to prove too. Offensively, he looks better, but defensively, he's always, you know, been a competitor. So opportunities like that, you know, you want to take advantage of them.
But in year 17 though, like, why do you need him?
Because I'm still out here playing at the high level. What you mean? I'm a competitor.
What do you like about that first unit, the starting lineup that you're running with now?
Hard to tell. I just know we're very, very talented. You know, we pose a lot of different mismatches depending on who we're playing against. So, you know, certain games Zoo's gonna get more post-ups, and you know, we're gonna have opportunities to cut. It just depends on who we're playing. So, one thing about us, as we go further in the season, we learn who we are, we learn what works against different teams, and then we go from there.
What does playing it into a dome do for you guys? It feels like you guys have a different energy when you play here at home, in front of the swell, in front of the wall.
I mean, I'm guessing that's home court advantage. That's what it's for. That's what Steve built this $1 billion facility. Whatever. I mean, it's more than that. I don't know. It's home. You know, it's an expensive home.
Going back to what Dillon was saying about you teaching him to be more disciplined defensively. Obviously, you have been known for a long time to be one of the toughest guys to keep out the foul line. Like, with that level of intentionality on the other end, guys knowing that, you know, you're tough to keep off the line. Have you had to try to learn new things to adjust to those types of defenses?
No, it just makes it more easier to get my, you know, shot off or whatever I'm trying to do, get to the paint or get my three off. But yeah, just me, for me, it's simplifying the game and just trying to get to where I want to go. You know, as soon as possible. That allows, you know, our possession to end up really well.
Appreciate it, James. Thank you. Real home game. What was it like just hearing the crowd, but when you were introduced, and then also when you checked in?
Man, it was great. Grateful, appreciative. Kind of crazy still to be back here playing, but love the team, love the fans, and most of all, I got a chance. All my parents, my wife, my kids, everybody was here, so that makes it even better.
Was that a moment that over the summer you were thinking about, just like envisioning what it would be like?
Yeah, somewhat, but after we played the preseason game here, whatever, all that's. I'd be so locked into the game and what we got to do to win that I don't even think about that right now.
You got some run with some of the young guys late in the game. What have you seen from Yannick and his development?
Man, them guys play hard. They've been here since I don't know what month this past summer. You know, working day in and day out. They here earlier before the game, playing and working. So it's nice when you get a lead like that and them guys can get some like in-game reps, you know, so the more we can do that, I think it'll just help keep building the confidence of our team.
Does that help you guys, some of the older guys, having that spark, like that young energy in the locker room?
It's all helpful, right? When you're a young guy, it's important to have vets, people who can show you how to be a pro, people to show you not to get too high and too low, and it's always good to have young energy, so it's great when you got a combination of both, you know. You don't want it all one way or the other, you know, so we got a great combination of both.
Cool.
No problem.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That was a
3D postgame interview. Brad, what were you able to make of the way you guys bounced back from Wednesday?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I think it was just our effort overall. Definitely the defensive end being more physical at the point of contact and sustaining that for 48 minutes. I think we just did. That was the biggest difference. I think Utah game we were really flat, and they smacked us in the mouth, and we came out and kind of reciprocated it.
Todd said there was a lesson that could be learned on Wednesday. The speed that Utah ran everything up. You guys kind of feel like you learned that lesson a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that's the new NBA. You know, everybody's popping the ball moving the ball, a lot of small screens, a lot of slip outs. What we call it chaos. Like teams just trying to cause you to be in unnecessary rotations and things like that. And the league is also getting bigger. A lot of these guys, especially like Utah, the Houston's, teams like that, like they're tall, they're long and athletic. I mean, we played Portland, it was the same way on Sunday. So, I think that's just the new NBA. We're getting used to it. But we control what we control. We know how we are, and we just got to be prepared for teams that are like that.
You've been in this league a long time and played against James Harden a lot, and I'm sure I had to guard him quite a bit. What was it like to be on this end of one of those explosions?
I love it because I've always, been a fan of his and watching him from afar, competing against him obviously. But I was always a huge fan of how he approaches the game, how he approaches his craft. He works on his game. He's a tremendous worker. And it shows. And I think the biggest thing is how unselfish of a player he is. And I get to see that firsthand, and it's been unbelievable. So I'm just happy to be here. He's an unbelievable Hall of Famer, 2 of them over there, so I get to embrace that and continue to help out any way I can.
Brian, how did that second half feel? That y'all got off to a 10-0 run and really put the game away. Like, how did that feel different than how the game started?
That's how we are. I mean, first half I think they got up like 27 threes or something like that. So I mean, they were kind of getting a lot of shots that they wanted. We wanted to try to eliminate that as much as possible. I think we still were doing a good job of helping. We just gave them like too many openings. Second half, we did a lot better job of just closing down on that, being closer to our man, not helping off of our guy necessarily, and making them play within over contested shots.
After the Utah game the other night, when Coach said you guys didn't come out with the right mentality, how did that change tonight?
I mean, we knew as soon as the game was over in Utah what we had to do differently. We knew during the process of it, it wasn't going right. We weren't playing the way we know we're capable of playing. That happens in the NBA. You'll get smacked every now and then. We're happy it was the first game. We get that out the way. A little wake-up call for sure. But I think we definitely answered the call tonight a lot better, but we still got another challenge on Sunday.
Talk about how the game's sort of evolving. Having a better group like this, does that sort of help sort of figure that out?
Yeah, I mean, because it's not like nobody knows what's going on, and we all are on the same page. We're all, like you said, we've been in the league a long time. So a lot of times it's not even the coaching staff coming in and telling us what to do. Like, we're kind of policing ourselves a little bit. So coach encourages us to do that. CP's been awesome at voicing that too. And we have the group to do it. So I think we're really good at making adaptations on the fly.
How did it feel playing it into a dome tonight? I know you played here last year for the season opener, but how did it feel being out that crowd?
It was amazing. I love this arena. It's obviously probably the best in the business. And the wall is unbelievable. The fans are ecstatic. My sons love everything about basketball. They love everything about the Clippers now. So it's fun. We've embraced it all, embraced the culture. The fans are amazing. It's just going to continue to get better for us. So we got to keep building on our momentum and playing better and give them something to cheer for.
Brad, how do you kind of approach fitting into this team and this offense? I know obviously they want you to play a certain way. And we've seen the league go to more of a threes and layups at the league, but you're also very efficient in the mid-range. So how are you kind of finding your spots, picking your spots, depending on what the defense is giving you, and kind of go get it?
Well, T. Lue's exactly what you said. Like, T. Lue's big on just taking what the defense gives you. Like, we obviously have our analytical guys who we want to shoot threes, paint shots or layups or whatever, but for the most part, like, play basketball, take open shots when they're there, take what the defense gives you. Like, Kawhi's the same way, James the same way. Like, if you work on it, man, like, it's a great shot. And we got a lot of guys here that work on it, so we're going to continue to shoot it, just take open looks when they go.
Last one.
I was going to say, you did play your old team tonight. What's your overall thoughts on that?
Good dub.
3 tonight, kind of what got into you? Like, obviously, James was able to facilitate a lot for you guys, but kind of what did you see that they were able to give you guys for that?
For me hitting
for you to getting open enough to get
closing out, and that's what happens. When you close out, I'll shoot shots. It's a simple game. I mean, I ain't not tripping over it. It is what it is. Hopefully I'm gonna have a couple more games like this, keep leaving me open, and I'm gonna keep shooting now.
Last year you were pretty comfortable in the offense. Do you feel a little bit more comfortable in the offense with that year under your belt?
Of course. I mean, it's just being able to get that time out there with the guys and figure out my role and figure out how I can be impactful in the game at every moment I'm out there. I mean, it's helped, and I found out how I can do it.
What was that last to Utah. What did that do to a team? Does that light a spark or anything like that in you guys?
Said the loss.
The loss to Utah, yeah. The way you guys lost.
Yeah, it was the first game. Came out flat. We never really put our foot down to stop the momentum. So that's what's gonna happen. I mean, you don't play your hardest and you come out flat, first and third. That's what's gonna happen.
And what changed today because you could have gone the same way for a while early on, and then you guys.
I just felt like we played the way that we are supposed to play, the way that we all know that we're supposed to play, the way that we all hold each other accountable to play. So that's just what happened today.
Just to follow up on that, you guys were down 9 in the first quarter of this game. It's come out second half, 10-0 run, and actually that first unit had some success together for the first time. Like, what did you feel like was the biggest difference between how y'all started the first half and how y'all started the second half?
I mean, it starts with me on the defensive end, just getting into the ball. I felt like I wasn't into the ball a lot in the Utah game, and me and JBG had a conversation and figured out where I can be impactful in picking up the ball on the floor. So I feel like that was a big part, but also all my teammates having their job and getting their job done.
How do you balance that between not defending without fouling? Because obviously that was a big factor in Utah. Like, if you got to leave, because you got 2 fouls in the first quarter, that can be disruptive. Like, how do you be effective in that role?
I mean, I just got to be as aggressive as I can. I mean, I can't sit up there and change the calls that they're going to call. I mean, it is what it is. Just got to play my game regardless, no matter what they try to call. If they call foul, they call foul. They can't call every foul of the game, so I ain't tripping. Give me 6 in the first half, so I'm really not tripping.
Ty said after Wednesday's game that could be a lesson for you guys. Do you feel like you guys learned that lesson?
Of course. I mean, we know not to come out flat like that ever again. It's like I said, we came out flat first quarter and third quarter, so you come out like that, to start the half and to start the second half, it's going to be really tough for you to fight back into a game like that.
What does playing here at Intuit do for you guys? It seems like there's just a different energy when you guys play here at home, feeding off of the crowd.
I mean, we love it here. Who wouldn't? It's a beautiful, beautiful arena. I know the fans love it, and we love the fans. So,
Do you guys want to get this one a little bit more for Brad?
say it again.
Do you guys want to get this one a little bit more for Brad?
I mean, we want to get every win, whatever win we can. I mean, that's our mindset, getting every win that we can. I mean, of course, getting the win for Brad, having my boy be his whole team is always a good thing. I mean, y'all could have said getting the win for me too. I used to play for them as well, but I ain't tripping.
Thanks,
Did you want this one more?
Hell yeah.
Find opportunities to get easier buckets tonight compared to Wednesday night.
I think we took care of the ball as a unit. Like I said it after the last game, turned it over. 7-0 runs, went up 7, another 7-0 run, 14, another one, 21. And, if we take care of the ball, we get stops, we're able to get out in transition, get easy baskets. And, everybody just looked up the court and just we got easy shots.
After Wednesday's game, Ty said that he thinks that could be a lesson that you guys could learn. Do you guys feel like you learned from that?
For sure. I mean, for everybody, a whole full coaching staff, players, and just got to be more aggressive on the defensive end and not try to, be lackadaisical. We more want to be in the bodies and not forcing stuff to the paint. So I think we kind of did that tonight.
You feel like that was offensively as well? Because just watching you, it seemed like you were pretty intentional about getting to your spots. Was that a concerted effort after the first game?
No, I mean, if we don't turn the ball over, I feel like I could get more shots. But it's two different defenses. The Jazz came and doubled me in the post. They blitzed my pick and rolls. They showed a big crowd. So at that time, it might not be my night, and we got to take care of the ball and move it and see, get some open shots.
Do players like Dillon Brooks kind of fuel you guys, give you a little bit of a spark when you have players like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's super competitive. You love to play against players like that. He wants to get a stop. He wants to play well on the offensive end, and it's just fun to play against guys like that. He's doing a great job.
James says he relishes those and needs those challenges against guys like that. What do you get out of matchups like those in those high stakes opportunities?
I mean, it's just whoever it is. Always want the best player to guard me or whatever second best, just so you get better. Just see, what you need to do to better yourself. Those are the challenges you face in the league. Yeah.
How are you guys kind of helping Brad get acclimated? Seek out the shots that he has, but also be involved as a team.
It's just going to take him time to get the minutes, He's doing a great job when he's out there, not forcing anything, playing the game the right way, trying to get stops. And, as he gets in shape and, game shape and, get a feel of playing with the first unit, he's going to get better and better.
I know you've seen it before, but even as a spectator, when somebody sees James Harden hit 3 threes in like 40 seconds, what's it like for you as a teammate still seeing that today?
Oh, it's great. You know who he is. One of the greatest scorers to play in this league. No matter what night it is, he's gonna shoot the ball and get his teammates open, and it's fun to watch.
What did you like about playing in the second unit? You getting in, especially that second quarter, running with Chris Paul, running with Brooke and John. Like, how did that help your game tonight?
Just a different dynamic on the floor, obviously. You got Brooke spacing out the floor a lot more. He can shoot threes. Chris Paul, is just cerebral, trying to find guys, everybody, to see where their spots are. And we didn't get a lot to it in practice or training camp, but as the games go on, you might see me in that unit a lot. We're just gonna keep moving forward, try to get better.
The pace of play for the first couple days in the league this year has been drastically up compared to past years. How do you guys maintain a high pace without, upping your own mistakes in those moments?
Just every night, just you're trying to get a stop, and if you get a stop, you're able to have some pace on the offensive end. If the team is making shots, it slows the game down for any side. And taking care of the ball and making sure we're in the right spots. Just you could have pace. Everybody's crowded. It's hard to move, and if you don't know what you're doing, it just gets stagnant. So, we still got a lot to build from.
Thanks, Kawhi.